Alright, it's Mark, just showed you the Land Rover so far. So on this side, we've got all this side done, we've got it painted. We haven't put the chassis paint on yet, it's just all black, so look in there. Looks lovely and black in there. All of these bits and pieces are alright, and then we've got the base for the spring hanger, or the spring base on there. Back to metal on this one as well. Of course, we're just using the rag to protect it. And of course, we've got the sills off. Getting the sills off is probably the hardest job. That's because the checker plate's coming off. And we're putting original sills back on, or actually better sills, because the 3mm aluminium sills are going on there in flat aluminium, not checker plate. And then the rear hanger, I thought, well, that could be, sorry, rear hanger, rear outrigger, I thought that could be a bit dodgy, that, but it's actually pretty solid. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's a nice solid bit of metal. Just going to put a line of weld along that bracket. That used to be the footstep bracket, but it's given it a little bit more strength on that hanger. So we're going to actually run a line of weld, a bead of weld along there to make it stronger. Clean the chassis up and paint it, of course. That's the battery box. So we're going to repair that because it's busted along there. Look, all the seams cracked off and the floor's gone. So we've got to take the battery box out. Oh, well, some patches in there, so we're going to do that, and then I'll go on the other side and show you. And I'm going a little bit fast here because I'm standing up and walking around. We're on 4 axle stands at the moment, just holding up in the air. Whoops. And on this side, we did the same. So this side's nearly, well, it's going back together. So turrets are on, springs on, and we've got the balls on, or the swivel mount housings on. We've got 4 axles on it. See 4 axle stands there holding her all up, making sure she doesn't go anywhere. We had a bit of a storm last night and she held still, so we're pretty safe. Then we've got a sill off this side, and then, oh my word, we've got the balloon fuel tank off. And so the fuel tank came off. That was a bit of a pig because of this bracket. If I'll show you, it's actually this bracket here. The bracket on the fuel tank, that was a bit of a pig to get off. That took us about an hour. And then that outrigger there, we've had to cut off. So that outrigger, from what I can gather, just holds the fuel tank up. That's all it does, really. It's only job. And the fuel pipe. So we've cut that off, and then we're going to weld another one back on. Get them from YRM, and then we'll clean that trailing arm bushes. They are trailing bushes, rear trailing bushes, whatever they're called. And then clean that chassis up and paint her. Of course, polyurethane bushes in the front there. They last forever anyway, so they're not going anywhere. So we'll clean all that bit up there. And then behind me, we've got the fuel tank, and that's our rear outrigger. So instead of taking it off the tank, because these are all rusted up, I mean, that's battered, and this was all weak. These are the upwards points on the, there you go, towards the hang on the, oh God, I can't remember where they hang now. Anyway, these are all battered, so we've had to chisel these off. And you can see it's all rotten inside it, it's all holes. This bit was all weak. The actual tube's not too bad, but we're going to put a new one of them on, and then we're going to blast that down and get it coated, get it protected, and then reinstall the fuel tank back in. So that's us so far. We've actually done a bit of a wrecking job on the blooming fuel cap filler, because we've damaged a bit of this bodywork in there, getting the fuel tank out. So we're going to have to de-weld them, cut through the welds there, cut through the welds at the top here, and then detack that, and then put a new base in there, and I'll get a new little diesel fuel thingy on there, then put a new sill on that side. So that's going to be a flat sill from YRM. So it's a 3mm aluminium, and it bolts onto the original things, but it's actually flat on the front. Remember, Land Rover ones, well, if you know, Land Rover ones have a line in them normally, but YRM do one that goes the whole length as one piece, which looks a little bit better, a little bit smoother, I think. So that's what we're going to do. So that's us with the Land Rover today. It's been a bit of a job today, good day's work, but it's on 4 axle stands for the evening, and then we'll come back to it when we've got some more bits arrive from Bearmac, from Britpart maybe, a few bits, and YRM. Right, my name's Mark, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, by all means, pop them in the comment box below. Or if you're on a similar job, let us know how you're getting on as well. Oh, we've got side steps today. I forgot to tell you about them. Let's go in the garage and tell you about side steps. So we didn't want the long side steps. That's kind of, looks a bit boy racery to me. So we've got a couple of old-fashioned side steps to go on. I've just I've started to clean them up, but they've got to be painted and then put on in the right place. No idea where they fit, if I'm honest. I know they look odd. They look too far forward when you put them on the truck. So what I'll do is I'll get them on when I've sussed out where they go. Back to the manual for that, I think, because I'm not exactly sure of the right place. So my name's Mark. Thanks for listening. And Andrew's been with me working today. I've done a cracking job today. Good day's work. And the diesel heater, if anyone is interested in the diesel heater works absolutely brilliant. And we emptied the fuel tank, and of course, naturally you store it in the easy useful box. So that will power the diesel heater for, looks like a good 3 or 4 weeks worth of diesel there. And we'll just have a look in there. We're not sure if this diesel came off the outside of the tank or it's off the inside. So we want to take the fillers off, the senders off, and have a look inside the tank. I mean, you've got a fuel filter anyway, that's why I have them, but just want to make sure that inside of the tank's all right. Because that might have come off when we poured it out and emptied it. It might have come out off the outside of the tank. Anyway, my name's Mark. Speak to you soon.